So today's video is actually going to be Anthony Vincent, aka 10 Second Songs. This particular video is his 20 styles, kind of a fun poke at Roomie Official and slight challenge to him as well. Basically challenging them and kind of poking fun at them for the styles videos. But hey, without further ado, go ahead, hit that like button, click on that subscribe button, tickle that little bell down there, and let's get going.
Roomie and Black Griffin. This...
To start off with, I have to say, I admire the dude's hair. When I was a teenager, I had long hair, not nearly as cool as his. Definitely curlier. But also that mustache. How the heck do you get a mustache to actually do that? I tried doing that once upon a time not too long ago. I'll throw you an image of what I used to look like probably like 4 or 5 months ago. I went crazy in this whole COVID thing. I did the whole COVID beard and whatnot. So I'll show you that. But also his tattoos. Love tattoos. Got several myself. So I already admire the guy.
feud that you have going on. It's cute. I'm entertained. But I'm about to crash the party. You see, Joel, when you put out a challenge on the internet, there's no controlling who's gonna take it, and you know, I can't let it slip this time. This is a long time coming. You and I, we go back a long way. And today, I'm gonna steal your format. Now, I know you don't like when people copy you, which is ironic because the whole theme of these videos is copying other voices. So I'm gonna make things a little different. I'm gonna choose harder voices. My goal is to sound exactly like the original recording. So I got my producer, Joey, to make the instrumentals, and I'm gonna provide the vocals.
Luckily, I don't sweat nearly as much as he does, just talking. It looks like he just ran a marathon, came back and sat down and took like take 50 of something.
And the harmonies, and there's going to be different types of reverb and different types of EQ, but there will be, under no circumstances, auto-tune or costumes. Let's go.
The blatant disregard for the rules. Hardcore auto-tune. And obviously the fire costume. Yeah, here we go. So a couple things, I know it's in the middle of it, sorry. Freddie Mercury, not surprised, one of the most iconic vocalists out there of his time. Awesome music. But his ability to, Anthony's ability to actually hit those upper registers, that control, freaking phenomenal. I can only dream of being that good of a vocalist. So kind of hard for me. Most popular music is definitely in a register I can't contend with. But the other fun part about this is the big arm pumps. Freddie loved doing that on stage, the big emphatic arm pumps. So he's mimicking the persona as well as the voice.
We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
Very good job. Very nice, very good control. Very solid. A lot of great control.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, what do you mean? I am the one. We dance on the floor and around.
That was actually very solid. Good old MJ, one of the most iconic sounds. You can't miss his voice, you can't mistake his voice for anybody else on the planet. Throughout pretty much all of history, very, very unique voice. And I think Anthony did a very good job at actually hitting those breaths, the different sounds, the articulations, the style, the timbre of the voice. It was a very, very good rendition.
That's full. I travel each and
So I'm not a huge Frank Sinatra fan. I know who he is. I've heard a lot of his music over time. My wife is infatuated with Frank Sinatra, and her father was too. Her father was kind of born in the 30s anyways, so not nearly a surprise there. From what I could tell, it sounded pretty accurate. It had the right tonality, the right smoothness. Frank had a nice warm sound to his voice, and I think he matched it pretty well. It might be a hair off, but not bad at all. And Kurt Cobain, that's kind of his bread and butter, at least from what I've seen, this style, like Kurt Cobain and other artists that sing with a lot of distortion in their voice, a lot of that vocal fry. Anthony's phenomenal at it, and the control he's got is great, and you're about to hear some more of Linkin Park. So who could tell me who Joji is? I have never in my life heard of Joji. The groove sounded nice. It sounded like something I would listen to. Nice, smooth, kind of ethereal sound to the music, or ambient sound. And Anthony's control in the falsetto range was impeccable. And if he did that actually legit without auto-tune, I'm going to take him on his honor and say that he did. His control in the falsetto range, and a clear falsetto, not even a distorted falsetto, was very nice, very clean, very smooth, very articulate in the runs. It sounded awesome. Yeah, if you know any good Joji songs to listen to, even just for fun and recreation, hit me up in the comments, let me know.
Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on.
So I've seen other videos where he's actually tried that, and he did one a while back. It was something about vocal lines that he had trouble with earlier in his career being a vocal artist. And he showed a video clip of when he started that or tried that the first time or first couple times. Not nearly as clean, but just goes to show practice makes perfect, or closer to perfect. It was still a little rough around the edges, but to be able to do it at all, even 99%, is freaking phenomenal. So hats off to you, Anthony. And I didn't mention the Linkin Park clip earlier. Linkin Park, awesome, love them. That's kind of more my speed, but you did very good. It was very nice, very clean. Had the right timbre in the voice. Sounded great. And now we're into DMX. Probably one of the very few hip hop artists I actually know of and actually have listened to.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck waiting for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, trail. The knots not pop out for stainless steel.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Marley Marl. Out on bail for Shadow Jail, California dreaming. As soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screaming. Feeding for money and alcohol. The life of a West Side player with couch that and it's on ball. Oh.
So, as I mentioned before, DMX, I've heard my sister listen to him a lot when we were younger. So I've actually heard a lot of his music. That sounded like a solid rendition of the DMX voice, the style, the raspiness in the voice, the aggression in the voice. He seemed to capture that pretty well, at least in my mind. I don't really know much about good old B.I.G. I know he is an icon, but I've never actually listened to his music. So, like everything else before, if you've got great songs of his, some of his best songs, let me know. I'll listen to it. I like education. It can't do me any harm. So definitely let me know in the comments below. TUPAC seemed to be pretty on par. Another icon. Like I said, hip hop, not my most well-known genre. I'm being transparent with that one, so I'm not going to say it's phenomenal or bad or indifferent because I don't know. But I am definitely willing to find out. Teach me.
Oh. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
Fun thing with that song. A, sounded great. I like it, obviously, again, in my wheelhouse. But there's a, you can actually search around and find just the intro, the part, and see how well people do just getting that out. That's a lot harder than one would think. Fun thing, go look it up. There's a lot of people that just butcher the crap out of that thing.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time.
Eminem. Enya, yes, I'll be honest. I like Enya. Her music, I find her music quite relaxing. It's very, almost like sitting in a spa. It's very calming. I've even tried singing it. Laugh if you will. At least her voice is high enough when I sing it, and my upper register kind of balances out a little bit. So Eminem and a clock. I have a feeling this is going to hurt my head.
Fill him with the venom and a living in him. Other words, I'm in a minute. I don't want to hurt him. I didn't mean to fit a rage. Murdering anybody with a venom. Finna kill him. But the fucking body's in it like obliterating everything. Incinerating. Renegade and make anybody who want it with the benefit. But don't nobody want it. But they're gonna get it anyways. I'm beginning to feel like a mentally ill. Until I kill him. Be killing. Be the vanilla gorilla. You're bringing the killer within me. I don't be. You don't want to be the enemy of the demon. And when I'm me, being a receiving enemy with stupidity. To be every bit of me is the epitome of a spirit. When I'm in the vicinity. Motherfucker, you better duck. You finna be dead. The bench. You're an enemy. 100% of you is a fifth of a percent of me. About to fucking finish you, bitch. I'm unfadable. You want to battle? I'm available. Blown up like an inflatable. I'm undebatable. I'm unavoidable. I'm unavailable. I'm unatollable. Got a trailer full of money and I'm paidable. I'm not afraid to put them. Man, stop.
Did he breathe at all in those 31 point whatever seconds? At that tempo, pulling straight like 16th notes and tuplets without a pause and actually hitting all the inflection. I couldn't tell you half of what he said. I have to go back and actually look at the lyrics to actually find out, but from what I could tell, the articulation was there. Yeah, you see how fast I talk. That's about as quick as I'm going to get.
Take me down to the paradise city where the girls see skin and the girls are pretty. Won't you please take me home?
What's cool with this one? A, sounds good, obviously. Yes, I'm going to keep harping. I like Anthony Vincent. His music, his style, everything is good. But he has 3 different parts. He actually, not only did he do the pitches of all 3 different parts, he actually changed the sonic aspects of his voice to match that of the 3 different vocalists. Especially between, you can hear between the lead vocalist and the one that's singing over top in the higher register. He's actually changing to match each individual vocalist in order to create this particular little montage. Very well done, sir.
Country roads
Gotta have a country song.
to the place I belong, West Virginia. And yours alone to me. Roam my roam, patiently away for you there, like a stone.
I can't even tell you how much I admire Anthony's ability to sing in that vocal fry range and still hit the notes accurately, cleanly, and still obviously change the tonality of his voice to match Chris Cornell. Probably by far one of my favorite comparisons or impressions that he's done. I think it's definitely the most accurate. Even the style of how he sings the words and transitions between them. It's very good. It's damn near flawless.
My left stroke just went viral, right?
Alright, Kendrick Lamar, who is he? Don't know the first thing about this guy. Got any good songs? Any recommendations? You know where to put it.
Don't put little baby in the spiral. Soprano, see, we like to keep it on a high
Got a good flow.
note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Bitch, be humble. Hold up, bitch, sit down. Hold up, look. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flame, cause we can't let go.
Oh wow. Oof. So, Post Malone, very, very unique style. He has a very interesting vibrato that he plays with when he's singing. It's kind of like that's just a nice wavering voice on most of the notes that are held out. Obviously, I think Vincent kind of took that to the extreme just to kind of mess with him. And the contrast between the auto-tune and non-auto-tune, there's a lot more than just auto-tune when you're flipping that switch. But yeah, it sounded really good otherwise. And now he's rolling into Roomie right now, Roomie official, aka Little Pitchy or Joel. And apparently he has his auto-tune on, just to mess with him.
But when we out all night, do the shit we love, we living for that.
It's one of Roomie's actual original songs too.
Yeah.
He's taking a solid dig at Roomie. That's one of his originals. I think he released it like a year and change ago. So Vitus, I want to go with Vitus. A very interesting group. Not going to call them bad, not going to call them phenomenal. They are definitely unique though. And very operatic vocals, which is kind of what he's showing off here, and the fact that it's ridiculously high pitched. So if anybody really knows anything about him, has a good recommendation, go ahead, hit me up. How is this not auto-tuned? I couldn't even dream of getting to that. I think he's close with me. I don't think he's like spot on, but he's pretty close, at least in my recollection of these and what I have heard of them. What I do find super impressive as we're going along is Anthony's ability to put emotion into the vocals. Something I've yet to figure out how to do very well. You kind of feel the pain, the longingness in the voice. It's very, very well done. He's good at showing emotion, or I don't want to say showing emotion, but less conveying emotion in how he sings. And he even looks like somebody just ran over his dog, so he's got the sadness part down. Can't go anywhere else without Elvis.
Only fools rush in, but I can't tell. Falling in love with you.
Not a huge Elvis fan. The voice just always kind of grated me. It's like a lot of country artists. I don't dislike country. I like a lot of it, but there's a lot that I don't. That super thick twang kind of gets at me. But Elvis, his music just never really sat with me too well. It's not horrible. Again, I appreciate him as an artist. He was great. He was an icon. Also, super well known. Everybody, even kids, know who he is. So I think he did pretty good on that, on matching what Elvis did in that song. I personally like the UB40 version of that song better. A lot more uplifting, more upbeat, a little reggae going. Oh, that's cute. Outside of the I hate you Roomie part, which obviously he doesn't. But he ended with the whole can't help falling in love with you as the last line, and a little cutesy smile.
Okay, that's enough.
So there you have it. Anthony Vincent, phenomenal dude. Amazing vocalist, phenomenal control on his vocals. He's good at impersonating other voices. He has that much control. It's not the fact that he has to impersonate to be good. It's the fact that he can do it that makes him good, especially at this. So he has an arsenal of different vocal tonalities to go with. Very good guy, very awesome guy. If you haven't watched any of his other stuff, highly encourage it. So yeah, Anthony Vincent, 20 impressions, more to come. So again, before we take off, hit that like button, tickle that bell, subscribe if you're so inclined, and come back for some more fun in the future. Thank you all. Later.